Okay, this is Japan. Its population is about 1.3 billion. There are 400,000 Catholics living there. Also, around 800 Catholic schools exist. And I pick up in 16 dioceses. I pick up 5 dioceses for you. So first, go to Sendai, north part of Japan. Okay, here you go. Sendai was very important spiritually and historically because in 2011 we experienced big earthquake, and after that many NPO and NGO were coming there as volunteers, including church members. It was a huge damage, but it was big change for us spiritually. And I'll give you one example of the city in Sendai. It names Kamaishi City. I volunteered here in 2011. It was the picture in 2011. Okay, go to Tokyo, the very city center. I live in Tokyo, and I think you know 2019 Pope Francis visits there and met a lot of young people. And I introduced one of the church he also visited, go into the big time, into Tokyo, and here is St. Ignatius Church. This is a church, and beside the church, here is Sophia University. There are 2 Catholic university in Japan. One of the university is Sophia University in Tokyo. I graduated here, and in Japan, it is very important to have a cooperation with university to have a creative and concrete project with churches. So go to the next one, Saitama. Saitama is very near from Tokyo, but it's very different from it. Okay, here you go. In Saitama, there are many communities of foreigners living not good situation always. So many young people, many churches, elders give help for these kind of people. And let me introduce one city in Saitama, it's Kawaguchi. And this is a picture of hospital? No, it is a church. So sometimes church gives the place to have a medical care. So it is an example of the church work. Okay, so go to the other places. It's a very south. Nagasaki. Nagasaki is very spiritually important for Japanese Catholic and Christian history. So I think you know primary history in Nagasaki. Many Christians are living here, and it was a starting point of our faith for Catholic too. Okay, so go to the other places. It was okay. Hiroshima. Hiroshima is very famous for atomic bomb. So Pope Francis visited here also. Yeah, this is Hiroshima. Okay, and I know a lot of young people living here and working for charity, working for church. I'll introduce one of the boys from Hiroshima young people. Here you go. In Hiroshima diocese, 20s working in a church committee. His word, we do not have the relationship between our commitment for churches and local issues and people there. People sometimes excused and need changes in local churches. We have some human resources good at using online media, so it's worth connecting with other dioceses too. So it is one of the challenge. And I'll introduce one Indonesian guy in Tokyo Bishop. His word, I am feeling a language barrier, but I am in group whose mission is to welcome any person coming to a church. Also, I feel a cultural difference. We cannot do new project soon in a church community because Japan takes important to have a harmony. Okay, so back to Japan in general. So as you know from this project, Japan has a lot of kind of social issues, but young people have potential to solve it. So thank you for this Google Earth tour.